Hey, how's it going, everybody? Happy Friday once again. We're gonna do a little something different this Friday. I found out earlier today that I tested positive for COVID-19. It's a bullet. It's the first time I've had it. It's a bullet that I've been dodging for 2 years. I've got it. The girlfriend's got it. The daughter's got it. My mom might have it, but I doubt it. But I wanted to take this opportunity to do a little something different. Do you know how the world has things like comfort food? Like whenever something terrible happens, somebody brings over pies, or they bring over cakes, or they bring over enchiladas, or they bring over chocolate chip cookies, and it's just something you eat that just makes you feel better. Comfort food. I'm sure you probably have your own, your thing that you retreat to that you just like to have around that makes you feel better. Well, I've been playing video games for a long enough amount of time to where I actually have comfort games. And the game at the top of that list for me, for forever, for as long as I can remember, is Mega Man 2. Now, I'm going to go through Mega Man 2, and this isn't going to be anything special. I'm not going to speed run this game. I'm not going to say, oh, well, you know, look how good I am at this. I just kind of wanted to have like a stream of consciousness as to just, you know, what I think about while I'm going through this game. So let's go ahead and get started here on Mega Man 2. This is one of my favorite games ever. This game is so good. So I remember the intro here. The song here at the intro is actually the same song at the ending of Mega Man 1. So I kind of like the way that entire thing tied together. And once again, I apologize about the train. I can't do anything about the train. I swear, I can't do it. Man, I'm just pouring sweat too. The fever's finally breaking. I look like I just got out of the shower. But hey, look up here at the top of this tower. Oh, okay, wait. Okay, so I always thought it was a nice touch that whenever you start the game, you see Mega Man's hair is like all blowing in the breeze like that. I always thought it was a nice touch that when you hit start, his helmet like materializes on his head before he warps off. I don't know why I like that. I just thought that was a nice touch. Now, back in the day when this first came out, Nintendo Power, of course, was the big thing that everybody looked at and everybody wanted to use as a resource to get through this game and every other game. Nintendo Power recommended that you do Airman first. Do Airman first, then use his weapon to beat Crashman, Crashman's weapon to beat Flashman, Flashman's weapon to beat Quickman. What Nintendo Power failed to mention was that this guy's weapon is the Metal Blade. If you know anything about Mega Man 2, if you know anything about just general lists of overpowered weapons, you know that once you beat Metal Man and you get the Metal Blade, the game for all intents and purposes is basically over. It's extremely overpowered. So I always go get the Metal Blade first. And of course, whenever you select your the boss you're gonna go fight, if you hit up and A, you get birds instead of stars. I'm not sure if I learned that in Nintendo Power or not. But anyway, this is Metal Man stage. So, we're going to run over here instantly and get the first energy tank. Extremely nice. We're playing the Steam version of Mega Man. Oh crap! My reactions aren't going to be what they typically are right now. I'm playing the Steam version of Mega Man Legacy Collection 1. So, There's a couple of spots in this game where there's just infinite enemies, and if you really wanted to, you could just sit there and shoot these drills, and you could get 1-ups, you get health like that. This game is very generous with its drops. You get a lot of 1-ups, you get a lot of health. This game is actually not very difficult. At least I don't think so. So we're gonna move over here. I don't even care about that 1-up. Let's move on down to the bottom. We're gonna find these little guys riding on gears, and then the gear is gonna fall. Easy enough. Ah, a little bit high. Hey, there's a 1-up. See, this game is real generous with its drops. You'll get 1-ups all over the place. You gotta shoot the— oh crap. Come on now. You gotta shoot those guys in the eyes, and then there's a big jump right here coming up. Oh! You gotta watch these little spring dudes that kind of accelerate whenever they, whenever they're on the same level as them. Good lord, I'm playing like crap all of a sudden. Metal Man's a pretty easy boss. You can really completely control what he does just by staying on your side of the screen. If you just stay on the left side of the screen the whole time, he'll stay on the right side, and whenever you fire at him, he'll jump. And you just keep shooting, avoiding the metal blades. Ah, that was bad. And when he jumps up real high and throws those 3, you want to jump over the first 2 and then come down after the second one. But you see how I'm just staying on the left side of the screen? He'll just stay right there until eventually, that's a wrap. Not too rough. So, that basically ends the game. Oops. Let's, sorry. Oh, get equipped with Metal Blade. I kind of wish you were a different color, other than kind of like yellow and brown. I keep hitting select, I'm sorry about that. The controls are a little different on the Legacy Collection. So, the next one I'm going to do is Flashman. We're going to go ahead and get the birds on him too. Flashman stage is all ice because he freezes time. Get it? So, we're going to switch to the Metal Blade, and that's pretty much going to be the end of that. Oop. Now, why is the Metal Blade so OP? You can throw it in 8 directions. And it does a lot of damage, and it is very efficient. You can shoot a whole lot of them before they go dry. They do not hurt these guys, though. So, I have to switch off back to the old Mega Buster to handle those. And we're going to fall through here, go over to the right. And you'll start seeing instantly just how useful the Metal Blade is. Like right here, this part would be tough. This stuff that's underneath you, but you just kind of do that. And it's just over. I mean, they don't really have much of a chance. And here I'm going to slide through this little part over here. Fall down here, and now I'm on the top level of this final section. And if I make some little hops, little platform jumps like this, we'll roll over here to an energy tank. And then we're going to go deal with Flashman. Oh, come on. That's going to happen a little bit because I am not 100. Jesus. I'm not 100%. I want to say I have about I've just over 100 fever. But I don't feel bad. I don't feel terrible. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, like I said, once you get the Metal Blade, that's kind of a wrap. So, by defeating Flashman, you get the Time Stopper, which lets you freeze time. And you also get item number 3, which is a utility item which sticks to walls and lets you walk up walls. No, I think it's item 3, yeah. Item 3 completed. Get your weapons ready. Dr. Light looks very jubilant in this game. Now, see, that's a cool looking Mega Man. The purple with the light purple. I like that. Okay, so now armed with the Time Stopper, we're going to go into Quick Man stage. And we're going to get birds again. Okay, so right off the bat, we're going to swap over to item 3. Stick it against that wall and get this one up. And what are we switching to? You know what we're switching to. Come on. And again, it's just... oh, yeah. So, it took me a long time to get the quick beams memorized, but I did eventually commit them to memory. And it's just been something that's kind of stuck with me forever. If you wanted to, you could use the Time Stopper to stop time and just fall through the funnel with all the quick beams right there. But I've played this game for 30 years and I kind of have it all memorized. So, all down here, excuse me, over here, like this, down here like this. This is the one that's tight, right? Oh, right there. Whew. You want to fall out on this one enough to where you dodge that little lip, and then come back inside there, and just like that. Now you're faced with these walkers again, which the Metal Blade is ineffective against. Oh, that's not good. I'll just let him run through me. So, the Time Stopper is kind of interesting what it does to Flashman, or Flashman, to Quick Man. You just use it, and it cuts his life in half. It just gives him like this instant 50% handicap, and then you can just finish him off with a Mega Buster. Boom. He's also weak against the Crash Bombs, but I don't have Crash Bombs yet, so back to that, and you can see he's already damaged so much that it doesn't even matter. I always thought Quick Man, I think Quick Man in this game is the best looking of the Robot Masters. He just looks, he looks correct. He looks fast. The little big swoosh thing he has on his head, and he just a cool looking robot. And then of course you get the Quick Boomerang, which is not that useful, and it makes you pink. So now armed with the Quick Boomerang, the Quick Boomerang is actually the weapon you would use to beat Metal Man. I don't need that anymore. So we're going to go on to Woodman stage next. Woodman, who is weak against the Metal Blade. Of course he is. And again, the fact that I can throw in multiple directions really just breaks this whole game. Never understood why Woodman has these giant wolves in his stage that breathe fire. What does this have to do with wood? It makes sense in like Heatman stage or something, but I think there's one more. Yeah. go. Now, coming up here is one of my favorite things to do. Favorite little quirks. So, you're gonna go up here on these little platforms. They look like little, like, just bamboo sticks. Now, you see the little monkeys jump up from the bottom, and you can throw your metal blade diagonally like that. Okay. Okay, there's a monkey that's gonna pop up down there in the bottom right, but if you jump and throw the metal blade, and throw a couple of metal blades, he'll just run right into them as he jumps up. Watch. It's just one of those little funny things that I just learned after an absolutely bizarre amount of years playing this game. Like I said, this is a comfort game for me. This is something that I probably pop in once or twice a year. It just makes me feel better. I need this right now. And then we get the chickens. And when I first played this game, it took me forever to figure out how to get these chickens, but you just stop, and they just jump over you. That's it. I mean, that's all you have to do. Okay, so we're on to Woodman stage. Or, I'm sorry, we're on to Woodman at the end of Woodman stage. Woodman's got the leaf shield, so he's going to have a bunch of leaves that spin around him, and he's going to throw it at you, and you're going to slice him up with that. And almost kill him, not quite. There we go. No problem. Woodman is Sawdust, and he gives you the leaf shield. Which is, rather strange that all these robots and bullets and machines and all of this war stuff going on, but 4 leaves that spin around you, somehow that's, like, the ultimate in robot protection. We're going to go on to Airman next. Birds again. Like I said, Nintendo Power recommended you do Airman first, which is completely fine. It's completely doable. It's just that I don't necessarily think Airman's weapon is that useful. I mean, like a lot of weapons in this game, I hate to keep bringing it up, but Airman's weapon is the air shooter. It just shoots these 3 tornadoes kind of up and at an angle. Once you get the metal blade, it becomes obsolete. The only thing you'll ever use the air shooter for is to beat Crash Man. Alright. Again, being able to throw a weapon diagonally and that kind of stuff. Of course, there is this stuff you can do with the leaf shield right here. I'll just do this for just a brief moment. Turn on the leaf shield and just let these birds come at you. You'll be able to see here for just a few minutes how generous the drops are on this game. Giant health, giant weapon energy. I can't believe I haven't seen 3 or 4 1-ups yet. Do it one more time. It's just insane. Alright, so down here, get rid of him, get rid of them. And then we're going to get to these big sky goblins. There's going to be 2 of them back to back. And you kind of have to wait until that horn pops up right there. So you kind of line up their horns so they both go down at the same time. See what I mean? Oh. I kind of screwed that part up, didn't I? But see how their horns lined up? Both of them went down at the same time. It's just easier that way. Buys you a little more time. Oh. Oh, what was that? Oh, what am I doing? Oh no. Okay, so we're to Airman. Oops. Airman's weakness is the leaf shield. I don't know why. I don't know why a guy with a giant fan in his chest that shoots tornadoes would be afraid of leaves at all. But he's gonna shoot tornadoes and jump over them. Or not. He kinda hurts too, doesn't he? But 1, 2. And that's a wrap. The Robot Master's weaknesses on this game are extremely overpowered. If you have a Robot Master's weakness, you basically can't lose to them. So here's the air shooter. It makes you blue and white. God, I'm still just sweating like crazy. Fever's breaking. So Dr. Light's going to give you item 2. Item 2 is the jet sled, which is going to make the hardest part in Heatman stage very easy. And yes, I have gone through the whole section of Heatman stage, jumping on the blocks. It's just... I'd rather not. Especially not right now. Crashman is my least favorite stage. So, the reason I don't like Crashman stage, I tend to not like the giant vertical stages on Mega Man games. Back in Mega Man 1, they had a Lickman stage. What a dumpster fire a Lickman stage was. I hated a Lickman stage. And that thing was almost straight up, straight vertical. This one is kind of the same. It's nowhere near as bad, but it's kind of the same. Oh. The music's catchy, though. I haven't talked about the soundtrack, but yeah, this the soundtrack. I mean, it's I can't even say if it's hey, the soundtrack's really good. It's just iconic to me. Like these are the songs that remain stuck in my head forever. Like I've been listening to this for so long, playing this for so long, that this is like the soundtrack. This soundtrack is in my head all the time. Okay. So there is a Met. I think that's what they're called, these little helmet guys. I hate this one. Hey, I did it! Alright, now. Oh, need a leaf shield. Alright. So, we're gonna climb up this ladder. God, I hate this part. Alright. Continue our climb over here. Ah! You really don't want to get hit and knocked off the ladder and fall. That's not something you want to have happen. But you climb over here, and hey, look, there's an energy tank. And what you can do to get that one, come here to item 2, which is the jet sled we got from Airman, and then stick that there, jump on it, and put that there, just like that. So back to the metal blade, and there are these little chopper guys. And now is the only time in the game we'll use the air shooter. If you catch Crashman just right, you can actually kill him with one shot. with the air shooter, but I can't do it very often. I mean, the boss music didn't even get started. So beating Crashman gets you the Crash Bombs, which are the weapons that you use on this game to blow up breakable walls, which is rather handy. We're going to go to Bubble Man stage next. Another stage that the Metal Blade just absolutely shreds. Ah. Then you have these little snails right here, and I believe I'll try it on the next set, but I think if you shoot these guys with the Metal Blade, it knocks their shell off. So it knocks their shell off and it makes their bodies move faster. So it's kind of like preventing you from using it against everything. See, it just kind of makes them malfunction. Down into the depths, and we have these big fish. And shoot out that light on their head. Giant, big enemy. And they just wiped out. They're just like nothing. Those black little spikes you see on the ceiling are one-hit kills. You touch those, you die instantly. So you have to be very careful maneuvering around this as these Metroids fall from the ceiling. Fall right through there. Oh man, it's another fish. There goes another fish. Jump over here. Fight some more of these frogs. Hey, there's one up. Oh my god! Right here, since I don't have any other place to use it, I use a time stopper just so I can freeze this area, so I don't have to worry about those crabs knocking me out of the air and knocking me into the bottomless pit right there. So, we come over here, back to the Metal Blade, which is Bubble Man's weakness. And Bubble Man will go down in just a few shots. He really doesn't do anything but just kind of swim around and die. Pretty much just like that. So beating Bubble Man gets you the Bubble Lid, which has a use, but they don't really explore it much. It shoots out a bubble that just kind of rolls on the ground, and that bubble kind of gives you hints as to where false floors are. It comes in handy in one of the stages later in Dr. Wily's castle. But Heat Man is going to be last. Or just something about this whole jumping and shooting that just, I don't know, it just feels correct. Quick Boomerang, I believe, is the only weapon that beats these little spring guys. Alright. Now, since we'll be able to skip the part later, this is the only part in the game with the disappearing blocks. I believe that's the only screen that has them. Well, there's some coming up, but it's not really that dangerous. Oh, that's not good. Let's try that again. And here's where the crash bombs are going to come in handy. So I can break open these walls. And the walls actually leave items, which is interesting. I love the way the crash bombs sound when they blow up. It's so great. So, if you want to, you can be my guest and you can jump across all this crap and, you know, do all of that, but no, I don't. I just do that. I don't have time for that. I don't have time to memorize any of that stuff. I used to be able to do it, but I'm an old man. I do things the easy way. And I always freeze him in midair so I can run under him. I don't have anything else to use a time stopper for, so. Time stopper is going to run out. We're going to switch to the bubble lid, and just like every other robot master in this game, having his weakness pretty much ends the fight. Shoot him with the bubble lid. He's going to shoot himself at me. Hit him with the bubble lid. He's going to shoot himself at me again. Hit him with the bubble lid. And that's a wrap. That's all 8 robot masters. So now, and Heatman gives you the atomic fire, which is actually the precursor to the Mega Buster. Lets you charge up and fire a bigger shot. And he gives you item 1, which is the I can't remember what it's called, but it's just a little platform with a propeller underneath it that you can ride. But the cool thing about item 1 is you can put 3 of them on the screen. And there's one section right at the beginning of Dr. Wily's castle, or in stage 1 of Dr. Wily's castle, where you have to do that to advance. Speaking of Dr. Wily's castle, that's where we're going now. So when everybody talks about, excuse me, when everybody talks about the game soundtracks and everybody talks about the music from Mega Man games, the one that always gets brought up as the best music in any Mega Man game is the music in this stage, the first 2 stages of this. And it is quite good. It is quite heroic. It is quite badass. But I mean, if we're talking about the whole series, there is better. On the NES, there's a couple of tracks that I like better than this one, but this one's really good. This one's really good. So, just like every other Mega Man game, Dr. Wily's castle is quite literally the final exam. All of the robot masters you fought before, they were just gearing you up and getting you ready. I love doing this. Jump off. Oh, wait. Jump off. Hit pause in midair. Metal blade, and then... Oh, I missed. I was supposed to fire it straight down. That's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and use the wall walker. Climb up here. I don't care anything about that 1-up. Get rid of this guy right quick. You have to deal with a little bit of energy management when you get into Dr. Wily's stage, because it is just one big stage. So you really have to work on keeping your weapon energy as high as you can, because you're going to need just about everything. Oh. Remember what I was talking about with the item 1? You have to put 3 of them on the screen at a time. This is the section where you have to do it. Ugh. Every time I try to edge myself over, I try to put 1 foot on, 1 foot off. Ugh. Sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't. There we go. We'll just do it this way. Hooray! Okay. Let's climb up to the top of this thing, and we're gonna fight a giant Robo dragon. And I swear, everybody seems to have the same story about this. At least all the people, all the kids that were my age when this was new. The first time this boss appeared, gave them nightmares because of how it shows up. It's dark, black screen. You're just jumping. You're thinking, you know, what's going on, what happens next, and then, oh my God! Just that giant squeak giant squeal out of nowhere. But like most of the bosses on this game, he goes down pretty easily. So that was Wily 1. Now we go to Wily 2, which is the... I think it's the brown stage, is what we used to call it, yeah. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get some item 3 energy. Of course, these enemies right here never end, so if you wanted to, you could just use them forever, or just, you know, kill those guys forever to get all this stuff back. I'm going to ride item 2, not to that ladder, but to that ladder. If you went to that other ladder, look what you'd have to do. You'd have to use your crash bombs to blow up all 3 of those. You have to go down that other ladder on the other side. You just go straight down. But look at this. You get a 1-up. You get all this energy. There we go. Remember these guys from Metal Man stage? Ah. There's a giant hallway of them and they just don't stop. So I taught myself a trick a long time ago to get the timing on this right. You get past this little thing right here. Then, you see that one up there? The one up at the top? It crashes down. And it crashes down. Okay, so if you use item 3, and you put item 3 against the wall right as it crashes down, it's the perfect timing for you to get up there and run under it. So that works. This is what I'm talking about. I've just discovered so many little things. Eee. Now technically, this boss right here, which is, I mean, this boss is just kind of dumb. But technically, this boss is weak against the bubble lid. But since it comes at you from every direction, I don't even bother with the bubble lid. Bubble lid's kind of impractical against a boss like this. The metal blade is not impractical against anything. Oh. And that's that. So that's Wily 2. The brown stage. I think the next stage is the green stage. I could be wrong. But the next stage is actually very, very short. And the boss... Excuse me. The boss at the end of this stage is an absolute joke. Absolute joke. I always liked the music in this stage too. I thought it was really kind of... It sounds like you're getting close to the end. It sounds like you're, well, it sounds like you're getting close to the end. It sounds like you're getting ready for some kind of climax. So, into the drink. And on one of these, or sometimes two of them, there'll be a giant fish that jumps up, which, there he is. He used to scare the hell out of me. If you're not careful, these spikes actually kill me quite a bit. So, you really got to be careful with these. Kind of like that. Okay, so let's try that again. Wasn't quite far enough to the left. I don't know if it regenerates. No, it didn't give me those back. Okay, that's fine. I guess that's only fair. Okay, stupid spikes. Let's try that again. Eee. But then, my favorite, or I'm sorry, my least favorite spikes in the whole game are these two right here. I just think about the programmer that said, hey, let's put these last two right here, just to screw with them. Ah. Come on. Okay, let's go ahead and get the quick boomerang. This is a very menacing looking boss. This giant tank looking thing that's firing the little Met guys all over the place, and then watch this. That's it. That's all he is. Now, I've been absolutely dismantling this game at a pretty good pace. There is only one part of this game, one stage of this game, that I think is truly difficult, and it's this one. This is the purple. This is Wily 4, which is the purple stage. I hate this stage. I'm using the word hate about this stage. I hate everything about this stage. I hate the little track thing you have to go on. I hate the hidden floors. I hate the final boss. There's nothing about this stage that I like. And we're going to be using the pause trick to beat the final boss. Excuse me, at the end of this stage, because we just are. Somebody's trying to stop me. So the bubble lid, see how it falls through the floor right there? That means that's a false floor. Now, really didn't help you much right there. It's just like, so what? But, if you come up here, hey look, it falls through the floor right there. And it falls through the floor right there. If we come over here, look, it's just a kind of a container of spikes. It's not going to hurt me, except right there it falls. So you would walk over the false floor and die. I do not need the energy tank. So, we're going to come over here. And the leaf shield is going to be our friend in this next little section. Remember those little riding tracks from Crash Ban's stage? Yep, this is those things on steroids. The leaf shield kind of makes it just kind of a slow ride. And we're going to drop onto there. And we're going to jump onto there. Wait for it to come around to here, and then jump up to here. Then, down the ladder. Turn on the old leaf shield again. And drop onto the platform as it comes up underneath me, like so. Kill that guy. My chest is starting to hurt. Kill that guy, and that guy, and that guy. And that guy. So the leaf shield just kind of ruins these guys' days. Now, what you're supposed to do, I say what you're supposed to do on this, is you're supposed to wait for that track to come back across, and then right when it's about right there, you jump and land on it, and then jump to the ladder over there. But I don't do any of that. I just say the heck with all of that. I don't have the patience to deal with that kind of stuff. So I just do that. Here's some more of these walker guys. I really don't like that setup right there because there's really no way to avoid that. That's not very fair. Okay. God, I hate this boss. So basically, this boss is just a room with these little lenses on the wall. The lenses can only be hurt by crash bombs. There's also walls in the room that you're going to have to destroy with crash bombs. But the trick is, you have, at full capacity, you have just enough crash bombs to beat the boss. So one miss, and it's over. You won't win. And then I'm going to use the pause trick, of course, to avoid all of this stuff. And this section is also notorious for slowing down. See, when they're getting ready to, when the lenses are getting ready to fire, if you just rapidly hit pause, you see how the bullets just kind of go right through me? Now I'm going to go back to crash bombs. Like that. Shoot that one. Couldn't do anything about that. Ugh, I do that every time. Got that one. Wait for him again. Got that one. Got that one. At least I think I am. Yep. Let me wall walk my way out of here. I should have 2 crash bombs left. What? And that's the end of that boss. What I used to do when I was younger on that boss, I would come into this room with the crash bombs, and I would just blow up all the walls. Then I would let it kill me. And then I would go back outside where those walkers are, and the little guys that shoot at you, the little orange guys. And I would just run back and forth in that room until they dropped weapon energy, and then I'd fill my crash bombs back up, and then go kill all the lenses on the wall. Because the walls don't respawn. So it was a long time before I realized that, hey, wait, I have enough crash bombs to beat this just on one run. And of course, in every Mega Man game, you have to refight all the bosses at the end. So, here's Heat Man. This will be hysterical. And this time, every time you beat one of them, they leave you extra, or they leave you a big health power up. Hey, it's Airman. He doesn't like the loose shield. Give me that. And let's go over to here. Who's this? Woodman. Okay, watch this. Only time in the game I'll use the atomic fire. Just like the Mega Buster, you can charge it up. One shot. Wiped him out. You gotta charge it up all the way to level 3, but you can wipe him out in one shot. I'm not sure who's next. Bubble Man. Where's that metal blade? Quick Man. See, I mean, look at Quick Man. He's just cool looking. Oh. Oh no. There we go. Who's next? Crash Man. There's the old air shooter, so I can use it again for the second time. Now, I know for a fact that right here on the middle right is Metal Man. In the ultimate display of humiliation, Metal Man dies in one shot to his own weapon. Maybe, if I can hit him with it. There he goes. And then this is gonna be Flash Man. So that's it. Now, a new one appears up here. Dr. Wily. So we have to beat Dr. Wily's spaceship. We can knock off the whole front end with another charged up atomic fire. Oh, I screwed that up. Okay, hold on. I might need an energy tank for this. I am. Oh, crap. I guess I should have used an energy tank for that. Wow. Okay, that was a terrible mistake. Let's try that again. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Well, I know what happened to begin with. I meant to shoot an a charged up atomic fireball right into the cockpit, and that knocks it out of the first phase, and then we finish it off with the Metal Boy in the second phase. But I kind of screwed that up. Anyway, here's the secret skull, so we're going down to the last level. The creepy last level with no music. And you just fall. And you fall. And you fall. And then there's all these lava drips, which actually hurt a lot if you let them hit you. Alright, and here's the final boss, which can only be damaged with the bubble lead, which is a very poor weapon to have to use against an enemy that flies around all over the place. But he's pretty simple. He just flies around in a figure eight. You have to shoot him point blank because the bubble lead just kind of falls straight down. But he just flies in a simple figure eight. He doesn't do that much damage. And that's a wrap. I died twice. That's Mega Man 2. So this little, the little thing floating around there is supposed to be what was projecting the alien. And then it blows up, and now you've caught Dr. Wily. I'm sure that he'll go to jail, learn from his mistakes, and he'll never bother you again. So I always thought this ending was pretty cool. This is I don't know if it's one of the best endings ever, but this is one of the more iconic endings in NES history. Mega Man's walking home, and he changes colors as he's walking through the seasons. At the end of Mega Man 1, he rides a train home. He's just standing on the back of a train, and he rides it all the way back to Dr. Light's laboratory, where he runs back into Roll, which is the housekeeper robot that he was I guess it's like his twin sister. But this time he just walks home. and then he leaves his helmet out in the pasture. So Mega Man deserves a vacation after that. Roll credits. So yeah, that felt good. It always does. It always does feel good to go through Mega Man 2. That game's meant a whole lot to me for a long time. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to go through. As far as those kind of, I mean, whatever you want to call it, like an action platformer or a, you know, just or maybe just a platforming game. It is you know, very highly regarded as one of the best examples ever. Excuse me, one of the best examples ever of that kind of game, and it was probably the first, one of the first of a handful of NES games that I really truly loved when it was new. It was one of those games that that validated the hobby. It's like, why do you play video games? Well, you play video games for things like Mega Man 2. There's some other games that fall on that list of kind of comfort games for me. The original Zelda is one of them. Maybe I'll go through that. But I don't know. It's like I said, I wanted to do something that I enjoyed. So this was the Friday video this time. It wasn't a it wasn't fate or you know, a dice roll or something random this time. I just really felt like I needed to go through this game just because I knew it would make me feel better. Alright. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.